All right, y'all, what is going on? Back with another video. Hopefully you guys are doing well. It is Wednesday. It is beautiful out here. Very, very nice out here, and cannot complain. If this is your first time here, welcome. Over here I talk about gaming and everything under that umbrella. Check out the links down in the description where I do other gaming stuff on other platforms. Also, my other channel should be down in the description as well. Let me tell you guys, man, I just want to play video games. I just want a game. That's all I want to do once I get off work and, handle business with the family. And I just want to be left alone and play video games. Obviously, I want to enjoy that time with you guys that are on the YouTubes and watching my content or whatever, being there for the live streams. But, with all the things going on in the world, it is a headache. It is a nightmare. In some cases, it could be downright stressful. And I try to block all that stuff out. And, God bless anybody who's, watching television, watching other YouTubers, watching other forms of social media. It's a pretty good pastime to have, just to watch other type of content and entertainment. But I'm starting to realize that a lot of this entertainment is full of nonsense, full of propaganda, full of things that you really don't need to bring into your life. Yes, entertainment is fun, but all entertainment isn't good entertainment. And that doesn't mean that my form of content is the best entertainment, but I try to keep it down to the basic form of content. And it just shows you that I just want to play video games. I just want a game. I want to play games. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy myself. I want to talk about the games that we play and discuss them. I'm not trying to push any type of agendas or anything or anything like that. And I see a lot of people who do that. It's like every form of media is pushing something, and it gets extremely overwhelming to the point where shout out to Clean 50, one of my subscribers. He says it very well, and me and him pretty much coined the phrase of sensory overload. It's a lot of sensory overload going on in this space. And I'm not talking about just the gaming, so I'm talking about just social media, other forms of entertainment, other forms of information. It's a lot of that. There's a lot of people out here, a lot of creators out here are just pushing that type of stuff. And it's just, I just wish that things would go back to simpler days where we just, make content and just enjoy the content we make. We're not trying to push things on to people, not trying to, steer them in a direction where it benefits the content creator or benefits whatever form of entertainment. The entertainment should speak for itself. And I just hope one day that the entertainment or the content that I push speaks for itself, where others can actually enjoy the content, enjoy the entertainment, not just having good vibes because somebody is telling you something or they're showing you something that makes you feel a certain way. I think we get lost in the sauce to the point where we don't even know ourselves anymore. And I almost fell for that, for the past few years, watching other content creators. And I think, watching other content is great, is healthy because, you get to see other people's point of view of certain things. But it's gotten to the point where a lot of content creators, even in the gaming communities that I hang around in, it just feels like it's not about the game anymore. It's not about gaming. And all I want to do is just play video games. That's all I want to do. I just want to enjoy the games that we get, have fun with them, play with them, and experience them with you guys. This is why I really appreciate the people who come through and watch the content. This is why I appreciate the people who come through and comment on my post, or if somebody would comment on a short or comment on any, thing that I put out there on any of these platforms. Because to me, I try to keep it as simple as possible. Like, hey, you come here we talking about video games, and that's what I want to talk about. And this is another thing. Video games saved a lot of people's lives. A lot of us could have been in situations where we don't need to be in. We could have been in situations to where we are basically dealing with uh, legal issues, dangerous situations, being around certain people. It could be a lot of things that we could have been dealing with. And fortunately, because of video games, we basically uh, was in different situations and moved to situations that kept us safe. And I try to keep that avenue open for others who may just want to chill out and relax and just not only just watch my content, but maybe have an idea of their own that want to play their own set of video games, or they just want to play their own set of games, or whatever the case may be, or just do something that's more safer than what is going on out here, because there's a lot going on, guys. It is, and this is one of the reasons why I just say I just want a game. Because when I'm out here on these roads, I listen to the news, because, you got to know what's going on in the world, right? I check out the news. I check out other things going on with my family, checking out what's going on with myself, because health is wealth. Check all that stuff out. But when all that stuff is, taken care of, and you got some free time, which I really think everybody should have some form of free time at least once a week. Do that for yourself. That's a part of health. Once you have that free time, you should do the things that you love the most. And like I said, for me, I love playing video games. I love watching video games. I love discussing video games. I love documentary on video games. And these things really keep my sanity. It helps more than most people would ever realize. And I'm thankful for my wife, because she understands it. She gets it. She absolutely understands what it does for me, and she's very supportive. She's very supportive. Long as obviously I got to keep all my ducks in a row as far as maintaining the household. I think that's what everybody should do prior to doing any type of hobby. But once I get that together, I come home from work, I spend time with them, and with her and my son. I just want to fall back and just go into my old little world. And I think everybody should have some type of outlet that way. It is so healthy to have that, because it keeps you out of trouble. It keeps you in the right frame of mind. It keeps you engaged. It keeps your mind stimulated. And, and it doesn't bog you down in all the other stuff people are trying to bring to you. Like I said, the propagandists of the world, the messaging, all this other stuff that's going on, it really can bog you down on top of the stress that you already have dealing with life in general. The last thing you need is to have somebody try to pound things into your brain about how bad or good things are. Because only you would know how good or bad things are based on your own experience and what's going on in your circle. So I just hate people who influence people like that. My main thing is, over here, I like to just play video games. I like to enjoy myself. I like to talk video games. I like to share my thoughts with you guys. But I never want to sway anybody a certain way. I will give you my opinion on things. But at the end of the day, the only thing I would want for you to do is take care of yourself. You only got one body. You only got one life. You only got one chance to live the best that you can and make the most of it. I chose the path where I love to travel, so I drive trucks. I love my family, so I'm around my family. And I love playing video games, so I play video games. Those three things right there just works out. And, I like watching sports and stuff like this. That's what most dudes like, right? But those three things are mainly what it is. I love to travel. I love hanging out with my family. And I love sports. And, obviously the family thing is like number one. Obviously. Without them, there's no me. But those are the three things. So I just wanted to share this with you guys. Like, at the end of the day, man, I just want to fall back and play my video games and just enjoy myself. And hopefully you guys feel the same way. If not, please let me know in the comment section. What are your thoughts about this? Do you think video games are just for losers? Do you think video games are just for nerds? Do you think video games are a waste of time? I would like to know. Because for me, honestly, man, this hobby saved my life. It really did. And I'm not talking, too much of a mental health perspective, because I don't want to go down that route, because it really didn't affect me like that. But for me, being in danger, hanging with the wrong crowd, going in places where I don't need to go, video games definitely saved my life. And to be honest, it still does a great job holding me down to this day. So y'all let me know what y'all think. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Y'all take it easy and y'all be blessed. All right, y'all, I'm out. Peace.